Hey family, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Cut Nice 50, and welcome to One on One with Cut Nice 50. Today, man, we got another amazing interview featuring my girl, LANA. I put her social media right here so y'all can like, comment, subscribe to her channel, watch her full story of her childhood trauma, which she shared with us today. It was an amazing interview. We went over so much from relationships to faith, to personal belief, to goals and future desires. There's things she want to accomplish for her and her young children out there. We all know that it's hard the last couple of years after COVID. Trying to be financially free, trying to find out a motivation or stay inspired to help inspire others on their journey, especially those who have went through childhood traumas. Lana goes in, and I believe she does one-on-one coaching. So I put her social media platforms up there. Y'all check her out. If you experience childhood trauma, you need somebody to talk to. She is a big believer in counseling. She also counsels others. And we was blessed to have a sit down with her. So y'all stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Also, we have another amazing interviews with a young lady we call Sam and a young lady we call Coach Naya or Miss Reed. So y'all stay tuned for that. Don't forget to join the channel. We appreciate all y'all for y'all support. Let's go ahead. We're building a community, a faith-based community, a community of respect, and a community of understanding and healing. It's your boy Connect with, and with that,
just going away.
Let's go.
So I don't know, when did y'all split?
I left whenever, like, I had just gave birth to our first daughter, and I was really only there for like a month.
Oh.
And then I left.
So you done crushed his hopes and dreams. And what did he say? How did he handle it?
A lot of resentment towards me. Like, even now, like 5 years later, it's just a lot of resentment.
Yeah.
And just a grudge and blaming me for a lot of stuff. And I mean, I get it, but my thing is, I express to you that I feel unloved. I express to you these things and nothing changed. And I'm not one of those.
How long did you express them? Okay, I know as soon as you give birth, I went through 2 postpartums, and your emotions is all out of whack. So whatever you feeling is amplified 100 times more than you can ever imagine. And men don't understand it unless they went through it.
Right.
So, I try to tell men, hey, you don't know what she's going through. And yeah, you can feel this type of way, but you're never a woman. We'll never give birth. So we can't even imagine the stuff you go through. Now put that on top of the emotional stuff that you went through in your past is understandable. But what can he do to make it better? He can probably find solace and understanding. I don't know if he watched any of your videos and just get a full grasp. And getting older, I think he'll probably eventually come around, but I still think y'all need to have a conversation. You know what I mean? Because, hey, he is still the father of your children. You loved him. Y'all had a great relationship for a while, but it's something there. I tell my wife, and I don't had this conversation with a lot of people, that men love harder than women. What you think?
I actually agree, because females, they fall in love easy and frequently, but guys, they barely do it. So when they do it,
that's it. We giving you everything, because a woman leaving can crush a man and he'll never recover. You know what I mean? So if it's still resentment or pain or whatever else, or he blaming you, that's a sign. You can look at it 2 ways. Either he being petty, because men don't normally hold grudges, or it's still love there, and he felt like you abandoned him, which you said you had that feeling of being abandoned, but you did the same to him. So I know you talk about it. I've seen in your videos. I think generational curses and stuff like that repeat in the past. And what happened? You did the same exact thing unintentionally, because you just tried, what you felt at that moment, but didn't give it time, and you just did what's naturally comes to you. So I think, yeah, he definitely hurting. 2 kids. I love my kids. I know I'll do anything for them, just wanting to see them grow. And now you can only imagine, now somebody else might be in the picture, whatever the case, and he can't have that connection. You know what I mean? So that's another mindset for a man that he has to deal with, and he don't understand, because there wasn't no understanding why. Okay, we had little issues, and y'all both was young, so the living together, whatever else, and not headbutting is expected. You know, that's just it's a part of the process because we both growing. Me and
Right.
him, we both growing. We maybe shouldn't even been living together, but it worked for a while, and now we got two amazing kids out of the whole process. So even though you was growing up, he was growing up the same. He wasn't perfect, you wasn't perfect, but now we're at this situation now, and a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. How can we make amends and actually get on ground floor? Yeah, we can talk about the past, but that's over. From this day
Yeah.
forward, what can we do to make this better? Because they getting older now. When they was younger, they didn't really understand, but the 5-year-old get it. You know, now coming up, and the 3, when he turned 4, he might start to get it. So what is the game plan going forward for y'all to actually make amends?
Right.
Is he even talking to you or no?
Yeah. We actually had an incident to pop up recently, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But we ended up apologizing to each other.
Okay, I mean that was good. That was good. You apologize to each other. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Now he might not know. When you look at him, what you see?
I see somebody that I genuinely love.
Hmm. Do you see him hurting?
Yeah.
Still hurting? Do you think he got over you?
No.
So just think about this. If the shoes were reversed, do you think he would have left?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why. I wouldn't have gave him those reasons to leave me.
But you
I'm
can't say that
affected.
because you would be reversed. You see what I mean? He wouldn't have left because you know men gonna love harder. He gonna try to because he got all your information, but it's harder. You probably wouldn't. You probably would have been a better support system and stuff like that because you know who you are. But
Right.
when it comes to leaving, generally men don't leave, especially in a relationship. Then when you put on top of that 2 kids, it's hard for a man to leave. Now you do have those scumbags out there who just ain't no good regardless. You know, they just I don't know what to say. And luckily you ain't meeting none of them, and I pray you never meet none of these guys right there. But getting in that acting world, you're gonna have a lot of scumbags. But I think your spirit put you to the right people in the right place because I think your intuition, your pops had it. I'm pretty sure you got a level of it yourself. It's just fine tuning it. But you'll
Mm.
realize genuine people when you meet them. You know what I mean? You'll realize if something don't seem right, you know, they trying to take advantage of you because like I say, you have a unique look. You genuine, you got a soft voice, and some people take that as weakness, but they don't understand that I know you got that fire inside of you anyway. You ain't playing no games. If it was just
No.
like that, it came home and you go.
Me and the kids.
He was like, I'm not. He turned around, waking up, fixing the sandwich, and bags out the door. Man,
Yeah.
5 years, and that was. But I have to think you was only 19 though.
Right.
You no way near that person now than you was back then. So
Right.
it ain't no shame. I tell people all the time and make it amends. That's why you see, who knows if it's gonna be 30, it's gonna be whatever the case. When you see people getting back in relationships, or you see like I seen a couple of couples, they was married once, they got divorced, 3 marriages later, they end up getting back together. But like we shouldn't have never got divorced. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. You just wouldn't you met for a certain reason, but you didn't do the things you both need to do because it's still a teamwork effort. When you move in together, now it's not about self no more.
Right.
When we're young, we don't think about that though. It's just it's still independent natures, but we supposed to be in one union, especially with kids. But imagine looking at these young girls now, saying your age was 18, 19 when you have your kids. It was hard, right?
Yeah.
Raising 2 kids and now trying to hold up a relationship so nobody can judge you or criticize if it didn't work out. It was stacked against y'all to fail. That's the thing about the world. They do all this, it's stacked against us to fail. They don't want you to succeed, but they don't want households to stay together either. So I think y'all at an age that you can make amends, you can work stuff out. Obviously, he still love you. If y'all getting into it, this when you know a man is been over you. If it's no conversation really, it was like, hey, I'm to see the kids, this and that, and okay, that's when you know if you can't get under his nature, you can't change him, take him out of his character. That's when you know he's gotten over whatever the case and he moved on. If he's still giving you attitude, holding grudge or whatever the case, he might not never get over you, or he might one day will. It's just finding that whatever's going to be the best solution for you. Are you in a relationship now?
No. I told him before that like I just if me and him don't work out, I just focus on myself.
Yeah.
Probably travel. I just want to make a lot of money and just become something, become somebody, and just.
Yeah, I see. I mean, that's gonna be a plus for you. You're gonna be somebody. You're gonna do whatever you want to. Like I said, whatever you want to put your mind into, I can see you accomplish it. Whether it's gonna be the acting, the modeling, the hair. Do you do any hair shows yet?
No, I've never been on one.
You ever did people have to go in one? Inquiring off the hair show because you see them all the time. But have you? Hey, I'm a stylist. I can do it. Whatever else, and they put your information out there. You ain't never tried none of those yet.
No.
And like I was telling my homeboy, he do. I think the little Steve Harvey used to do the little hair shows. He used to win them all the time. Got his own hair salon, stuff like this and that. Amazing, and still can dress good and all this and that. I mean, so everybody got their own talents. You know what I mean? But he was a football player. Uh, I did. I sensed it a while. In the high school and stuff like that. But I never judge him. Still tell him, I love him, stuff like that. Because that I know if it came down to it, when it's life or death, I'm gonna do what I got to do for him, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So those type of genuine people, whether you agree or disagree with whatever they do on their personal, the love don't change about just personal decisions. People I seen what COVID, people, families breaking up, husbands getting divorced, somebody wanted, somebody didn't. And I seen what this last um election stuff. I don't get into politics myself, but you've seen so many people breaking down like the divorce rate. I don't know if you've seen it, it's ridiculous. Marriage is 10, 15 years because they made it like a man against woman. It's like and I think none of them is right. For me, I don't see no kind of bipartisanship. Politics ain't for the people no more. One side do some stuff that I don't agree with biblically or spiritually, but other side also ain't doing nothing to bridge the gaps.
Right.
And when it comes to unity, when it comes to discrimination and stuff like that. So, I just, I see the one relationship. What you think was the hardest thing you had to do on your healing journey? Especially, now you broke up, you want to be by yourself. Is it relationship? What's the hardest part for you on this journey?
Um, Hardest part. Um,
Or you
I
don't
don't.
even think about it?
Hardest part about the healing journey.
Because it can be like you say, your boyfriend, you just say you ain't dating, you just by yourself. We're not made to be alone per se. And I know you're not alone, but still, it's no circle. You don't have a support system. You don't have nobody to confide on those dark days or when you're feeling down. You know what I mean? You always doing something to stay busy so you won't have to go through those emotions. That can be a hard thing. Even though we don't even pay attention, I do the same thing. I was isolated. My pops before he passed, I was doing acting back to back. I go to Tennessee, Nashville, North Carolina. Some days I wouldn't even sleep. It's just, as soon as I'm done, I'm traveling to the next city and getting on. I think it was something called backstage.com, and they do like the actor stuff. So you can find all kind of auditions all over the place. So wherever else, I have so many lined up from stage plays to I think what it was, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I did some extra stuff on there. I ended up doing extras for Devious Maze, and then they brought me up and I was like on 4 episodes. Once I got a bigger break, I had a character. Then they canceled the season. But the next character I was on the supporting cast stuff, which could have changed the game. But I also had some opportunities on major movies that I had to turn down because I was tried, and I don't play no games either. You know, just like the shirt say, I don't play those type of games, so I had to decline them. But other people, I doubt they would have declined them, and they would have, did whatever they had to do to be on this major movie. So it's like, everything I tell people is choices that we have to make. But um, do you believe that you have a purpose right now, or are you still looking for your purpose?
Yeah, I believe everybody has a purpose. But see, my philosophy, it used to be that we all have one purpose,
Mm-hmm.
but like now I feel like each day we have a different purpose
Mm-hmm.
because me and my babies every morning I try to do the Lord's Prayer with them.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the Lord's Prayer is give us this day our daily bread.
Yeah.
And then it dawned on me, like, what if each day we wake up, we have a different purpose? Like, maybe today my purpose is to get my story out there.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, my purpose might be to uplift somebody or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know?
And I believe in that whole philosophy, but that's your daily purposes.
Yeah.
Your overarching purpose, like people say, your legacy. Do you
Right.
believe that it's a certain thing which is your purpose? Like for me, like I said, I done went through all kind of stuff. I shouldn't even be alive. I tell people all the time, from multiple gun wounds, and I talk to people who try to say the Holy Spirit, God don't exist. I tell them I hate it for you, but I know and I don't need no explanation because I know 2 bullet holes I had like on the underarm. I don't know if you know those, like the football tight stuff shirt. I had 2 bullet holes and it came out my back. I had big muscles and I ain't in shape like I used to be, but I wasn't that strong to stop bullets. You know what I mean? Because I felt the bullets itself penetrate. I felt the pinch, but I wasn't bleeding. I wasn't nothing. I got other stab wounds, other bullet hole wounds, but nothing that seriously damaged me for whatever reason. So I was like, it has to be a purpose that I didn't fulfill yet. And just going on, and it can change. We think, because it's gonna always in line. We eventually get there, as long as we on that daily walk, like you said, the daily God's prayer. Great with your kids. I started doing affirmation with mine. I think that's just a great way we have to do, especially today. But I think we got our daily purposes, then we got our overarching purpose, what God envisioned for us. Because He said, "I knew you in your womb," and He already anointed you to do a certain thing. No matter the trials and tribulations or the hardships He put us through, you recognize that you have a purpose, and your own daily purpose is something most people don't even think about. You know what I mean? So wisdom beyond your young years is off the charts. So maybe it's writing your book, getting your story out there, sharing, inspiring, uplifting others. How many 24-year-old women, and you started this even earlier, young ladies are actually doing the same thing, uplifting other people, men, women, young ladies, children. How many you see in your same situation doing the same? You know what I mean? So it's something special. It's a rare few. Most of them is drama TV stuff. It's either rapping, other stuff like that. But at your age, wisdom is off the charts. And I think what they used to say, I think I've been here before. My grandparents or people when I was young used to say it all the time because I like old music. I didn't really get into hip hop like that, but I like the old blues, old school music at a young age. So what's a special gift or ability that you have that not too many people know?
Well, I can feel what other people feel.
So what they call
Especially like if I'm standing right beside them. Yeah. And like body language, stuff like that. I'm just like extremely sensitive to how people extremely sensitive.
So I think you say your dad was is that clairvoyant?
What's that? Well, my dad.
your dad had the intuition, so he can see things, before they kind of happen. He had that connection with intuition, and yours is a feeling. I forgot what they called it. I thought it was clairvoyance or something. It's one of them. But you can feel people's emotions, and like
Yeah.
me, I go into a room, whatever else, I feel energy.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, I never dated a woman that would be considered a bad woman. All my relationships was good. It might not have worked out, but I never had these crazy relationships that most people have, or I just ignored them. Because, if I ain't felt the energy or it wasn't genuine, I don't give them a time of day. And this, while I was playing ball, while I was trapped, whatever the case may be, I only had a minimum of those relationships. Now, doing stuff I ain't supposed to in that center lifestyle, that was a different, that was a that was a different thing. But that wasn't relationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But actually make it my boyfriend, girlfriend, stuff like that. I think we blessed with picking and choosing what kind of relationships we have, and even though we doing other stuff, that we might
Right.
not supposed to be doing, but we ain't making a long term or getting
Right.
into it. So I think that's the grace that we be given. Um, I ain't want to get too much in deep. I'm gonna put some of the clips of your original video. I'll put the link in there so they can watch it. I didn't want you to share too much details in it because I want them to see this video and to feel the same emotion that like I felt. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Philly guy, but I felt everything you said in the storytelling. So the art of storytelling is something unique that a lot of people don't have either. So that's what people, they lean in it. They love it. I think they need to hear your story. That video is amazing. So I'm going to post a link. I'll post some clips on there. And it's people like that in the world, and it's sad that it is, but it's reality. Like I say, I worked at Georgia Bureau Investigation, so I see the crime sacks down here in Georgia. And I think now they have a TBA up there in Tennessee because we actually train them. And it's like the FBI, but it's independent, but it's for Tennessee now. They're called Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. So we train them down here in Georgia, and they do like sex trafficking. They stop people from, kids getting taken advantage of and stuff like that. And it's happened on a mass scale, but it's a business. So I don't think it's hard to stop it when the world is run off corruption, So I tell people the world ain't like whatever we think of it, and we're blessed not to even realize different aspects of it, because you'll go down a whole different spiral, So and that's why I don't even share some of the stuff I know or done witness with my eyes to other people. Because it's not kind of made for them. Everybody is built for different things, different things. What time you pick your kids up?
I go to their school around like 2:45ish.
Okay. And what time it is with you now?
11:43.
11:43. Yeah, so I got 12:43. Miss Lana, Miss Lana. So I want you to give some people some wisdom, some girls who done went through experience. Do you think they should actually hold it? So any traumatizing experience, what would you give young girls who've been in the same situation as you at that time? What should they do?
Talk to somebody about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because just sitting with that on your chest, no, that ain't the way to go. And just whenever they get comfortable, try to, just try to use that situation to help out somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know because I went through there, there's certain things that I can see that like other people, if they didn't go through it, they can't like see it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
would you saying that? Can you recognize the pain in other people? Have you tuned in on that one?
yeah, and also like body language,
Mm-hmm.
like um, if I seen like a group of 10 girls, I could tell exactly which ones have been touched or which ones have been forced into something.
So not only the feeling you get, now you can actually visually see. So you can see how many gifts you got in. I know you still.
Oh, it says session expired.
Hmm?
Is it about to go off?
I don't think so. Maybe
Okay.
yours.
It says session expired. Okay, what was you saying?
No, I say you already got the feeling. You feel people energy. You know, good, bad, whatever else. Now you visually can see. Saying you're seeing 5, 6 girls, 10 girls. You can see which one has actually went through pain, trauma, or whatever the case may be. So the next thing I say is, what can you do about that? You know what I mean? Because it's hard now that react. We see things, but how can we share or get to those people and we know they're in need for help? How can we our own mission to actually help those? Because we see it all the time. Maybe it's not for that specific person. You see it, but what should we do to actually help others? You know what I mean? Continue doing what we're doing, sharing stories, communicating them. Like you sharing your story. I know it's a reach out, but I just want to see because that's my belief. Doing that to help others because we done went through our own hardships. What's your thing is? What you think that a mission or goal of yours that you want to do with your gifts?
Well, I know with me particular, I let them know that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can ask you can ask all my nieces and nephews. Out of all the TTs, if they have something that they want to get off their chest,
Mm-hmm.
or like even like a little secret, maybe they done did something for the first time, I'm the one that they gonna end up telling
Mm-hmm.
because I just naturally have like a confident energy. I try my best
Yeah.
to let people know I'm here. Um, and they know I'm extremely confidential. I done held so many secrets for these kids, but
But
you know,
that's your aura, and I felt that energy. Like I said before, I can pick up on people's energy and stuff like that, but that's just a personal aura. And I tell people, I know we don't even think about it as a spiritual battle, but some people see that aura, and that's what they're attracted to you, but they can't. I don't want to say control themselves, but who knows what kind of those guys who took advantage of whatever the case. They seen that light and was
yeah,
attracted to it and needed a piece of your aura,
yeah,
whether
and
it
that was
dim it or whether the case may be. But that's my perception when I seen it, or I see other guys because I know people who practice that cult life. The kids are power. Younger. You see it all the time. Every older male you see. I just mentioned my guy Shannon Sharp. I knew his brother. I played ball. He dating an 18. You know what I mean? She wasn't even 18, I guess, when he first started dating. But the youth is power in youth. But he near 60. You know what I mean? So it's always an attraction of younger people for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because the innocent, the light in you, but certain people take that as like their energy. They want a piece of it. Maybe it can make them feel younger, whatever the case. But they're on that realm of it. But I see the light. I see the positive energy in you. I see amazing things in your future. I hope that your story reaches so many people that but you got to prepare yourself for what's coming. That's one thing I ain't know all the time either. You got to prepare yourself for it. Because saying what if 100 people reach out to you? I think maybe starting a nonprofit to help other women who are going through certain things or different traumas. Who knows what the path is going to lead, but first starts with having a good support system. I'm here anytime, any questions, any comments, acting, modeling. I done did it all. I still got connections in it. Try to help you get that monologue. My agency is SY Talent Agency down here in Atlanta, but they got LA, they got different places. And it's not exclusive contracts. If you say if they have something, people casting directors are interested in you, they can submit your information out there. They want to reach out to you, but it's not like an exclusive contract. Meaning, like me, I can do stuff indie. I can do whoever else want to hire me. I can do it instead of like if I'm with in California. If I go ahead and assign my little SAG contract, I can't
yeah,
do indie films. I can't do nothing. So now I'm limited. But I don't
right,
want you to control what I want to do. As
right,
an artist, I want to be able to do whatever. So I do a non SAG agreement, and
nice.
that way I can stay flexible. But I don't know. You don't know too much about the SAG stuff yet, but
No.
once you end up getting there, is another decision. Do you want to just do SAG stuff? And yeah, they can pay you top rail, but it's gonna eliminate you from doing other stuff. Now you can only do whatever they tell you to.
Yeah,
So that's just stuff they don't know. But I'm gonna send you all that stuff over. Um, I'm gonna reach out to Tasha K. Put your link in there. I think she just shared it's another young lady I seen online. She was crashing out. She got 2 kids, but she a single mother, but she's contemplating suicide. So stuff like that break my heart because she don't have no outlet. She got family and friends, and they act like they there for her. And she called them out too, but y'all don't want to help until people like this, and she done committed, and so until they do something dangerous, and now you be like, I didn't know, but she explained it to them. So it's like, my heart breaks for people who going through stuff like that. So um, I can't wait to see what you have in store in your future. I don't want to keep rambling on. So, any closing remarks you want to say?
To anybody who is contemplating suicide, especially moms, just like keep your babies in the forefront of your mind, because I'm not going to sit up here and say I've never had those thoughts, because I did, especially around the time whenever I lost my grandmother, and just around that time it was very dark. But just keep your mind on your babies, because if you're a single mom, it's probably because God trusts you to keep those kids. But if you take yourself out of those kids' life, who do they have?
Yeah,
You know?
they got nothing. Now they got to keep moving,
Yeah.
going through family, and now more generational curses. I
Yeah.
believe in it. I believe in soul ties.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of people don't actually pray to have that soul tie removed too. So, you pick on the characteristics of the person who you done been with, and it kind of changes up your mentality also. But a lot of people, I see some people now starting to pray to have those soul ties removed. But I think we all have to do that at times. I know I'm glad I use protection, but that's but for those who did, but we still need to get rid of them. So I don't know if protection actually work against soul ties or not.
It does. It does. Well, like,
They're supposed to be the DNA, the transfer
yeah,
of energy.
like fluid wise, yes. But if you're like spending a lot of time with that person, or
Yeah,
even like you're hugging them, like you ever hug somebody and started feeling tired afterwards.
yeah. That
Yeah,
transfer of energy is big. So I'm a big believer in that. Or you do it and you drain. You know what I mean? Like you got some people who suck the life out of your energy from you, and you got to get away from them. So I know those. That's just like I say. Every toxic relationship kind of working like that. You get drained, so you got to depart. You gain your energy back. And you try to just make amends with it. But Miss LANA, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this stuff together, put all your information in there. So who knows how many messages you're gonna be receiving from different people. But I'm gonna reach out to people. I'm gonna just tag your information in there. I'm like, hey, I just want you to introduce you to Miss LANA. Reach out to her, ask her what they can do. But for my agent, it's some things. I'll just give you the website and stuff like that. I email you, and it's gonna be a list of stuff that you're gonna have to submit to them, and then go from there. But like I say, everybody is always looking for fresh faces, is what they call it. So any help with that, I'm always, email is always the best place to reach me. You can reach me. I work overnight sometimes, because it works best for me. And only on the weekend now. So during the week, I'm generally free. I know we are an hour behind, but any questions, I'm gonna help you get wherever you need to go. So I appreciate your time. Um, Appreciate you sharing your story, and I'm just gonna keep continuing to pray for your healing journey. You helping to inspire others. I commend you for it. And I hope you have a good day. How much sleep you got last night?
Probably like 6 hours.
Oh man, you doing better than me. So
Probably about 6, because I stayed up till about 2 o'clock, just thinking to myself, like, how am I supposed to reach my dream life? And so just up brainstorming.
Okay, doing your brainstorm, before I let you go, share a couple of things that you be thinking about when it comes to future aspects of where you see yourself in the future.
And just, I don't know, just like a bigger city with more opportunities, more movement, more everything. My baby's in like dance classes or something, extracurricular activities, a nice school, traveling, a lot of money.
So
That's
have you visually seen it in your dreams or anything yet? Like yourself in the
actually,
future?
yeah. Yeah, I have. One of the dreams I was getting on a airplane, and I've had multiple. Oh my goodness, I've had multiple dreams about different celebrities. But in the dreams, it's not like, oh my goodness, it's a celebrity. Like I'm casually talking to them, like I'm talking to you. But I've seen T.I. in my dreams. I've seen Nicki Minaj in my dreams. I've seen Cardi, Tentacion. Just so yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you because, like I said, I don't work with Tyler, Oprah. I seen them, but I talk to them just like anybody else. You know, I don't get starstruck or nothing like that. But they are hardworking people. Now, other stuff, you know, I hear other stories about other people, but maybe it's different because I was on set and stuff like that. But Oprah was really nice and funny, and I made jokes with her. I asked her, "Do I look better than Stan?" You know, stuff like that. So, you know, it was. I'm a jokey type of person, but it was another guy. His mouth was just wide open. When he didn't say a word. She was like, "What's wrong with your friend?" I was like, "I don't know what's wrong with him."
He ain't with me.
Yeah. But you know, and we just had small roles, but Tyler had an actor, and was something the case he couldn't use my scene because the actor didn't prefer I was in that scene. I just put it like that. And it was an old show, so he called Oprah. They got me on that show. I think it was Greenleaf, with the pastors and stuff like that. But I got to hung out with her for a day. So you know, we on there. I met all of them and just talked to her. What's the lady name? She was on A Thin Line with Love and Hate. She was on there. Short, y'all around the same height. So most of these people, the women you see on TV, especially great, are short women. So I don't know if it's a short women thing.
Short women taking over.
Man, I tell you, but they talented. But I don't. You remember A Thin Line Between Love and Hate? Everybody done seen that. So it was her in there, and I always thought she was amazing in it. But you know, it was a good thing. So it's like, yeah, I was a little upset at the time, but we never know what kind of good things are coming from it. So I want you to have a good day. Reach out to me. You'll see some emails I get to send you, and just stay blessed.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, you too.